Welcome back to the Final Fantasy Tactics All Oracles Challenge, being recorded here in January of 2022. Today we are heading to the underground book storage levels at Orban Monastery. We're going to start with underground book storage 2F, level 2. The way the story kind of goes is you're pursuing Islud and Wygraf from the first level, where you see the old monk who's been injured, and they took the Germanic scriptures, and now we're heading down to the second floor pursuing Islud. We're going to fight Islud on the third floor, and then we're going to come back up to the first floor, and then we're going to have a showdown with Wygraf. So there's Islud, who is retreating to the next floor below, and here we are, entering the fight, entering the fray. Ready, and let's go. So we've got 3 Lancers, a Chemist, and 2 Time Mages. So we are outnumbered, and we've got some pretty nasty physical beaters up there. Now, luckily, we have a bit of a positional advantage height-wise. Unluckily, the Lancers have a pretty good jump to get over there, to get over to us. The Chemist there is not going to be posing too much of a threat. The Time Mages are going to do some interesting things in this fight. They're going to do some things that you don't see Time Mages do very often in this game, but we'll let that unfold as it gets there. So here's our first few actions. We're just checking on everybody who has what. So basic skill, so that means these guys might be throwing some stones at us eventually, which is kind of funny. There's item. Item can be troublesome. That Chemist has yin-yang magic right there, so that Chemist is another Oracle. So that's interesting that we're going to be fighting our first kindred spirit here in another Oracle. So let's go to look at that. So anyway, here comes our first setup. We've got the Iron Fan, the Holy Mitre, Chameleon Robes, and then there's the Healing Staff. So Dorothy right there has the Heal Staff. So she can actually do some healing for us. We took that from Alma after we took Alma out of here. Or we got Alma into our party, and then we stripped all of her equipment off, as you always do with Alma. And all of your NPCs, you strip all their equipment and sell it. Agrius, Alma, later on, I'm sure, Orlandu, all those characters, they'll just get their equipment stripped away. Awesome. So, went for just an attack to the face, and it's guarded. We have Don't Act being charged on him. I think it's Paralyzed being charged on him. Not super, high chance to land, but I thought maybe I could get a cheesy one in right here to start the fight, since she was already within attack range and wouldn't have to move. So now, if I want to attack him, I can move to his side without getting also paralyzed. But it looks like we might just be stacking up the paralyzes here, or seeing what we can do. Because if you stack the paralyzes, you're more likely to land at least one, and then he won't be able to dodge at all, which is cool. You can it'll nullify his mantle, nullify his shield, nullifies all that, so you'll have the same chance to hit as if he had, as if he was sleeping, or if you're attacking him from behind. So it's pretty awesome. So here's Ramza looking to move maybe up right into the same spot before. Also looking at charging a spell. The other good thing about charging a spell on those tiles right there is that it prevents enemies from coming into our range and getting there for free. So if an enemy moves like that other Lancer, if that other Lancer moves up there, then he can, he's going to get into that radius of the spell. So that can also keep enemies from advancing too quickly, or if they do, they kind of have to pay the price for it, which is great. So we have haste being applied. Time Mages, that's pretty standard. Obviously, haste is going to be hasty. That's all right. So here comes Paralyze, and we've got that Lancer in Don't Act. So now we can go to town with the sticks on him. With our Iron Fans, I think is what the latest sticks are. There's a whole bunch of new clothing, and the Chameleon Robe is going to be very important here in another battle or so. So stay tuned for that. Couple of battles, I guess. Chameleon Robe is a classic anti-Wygraf tool. And so that one was able to move up there because all of the Don't Act spells had already resolved. Unfortunately, the timing didn't work out great because that other Lancer could still move on up, but that's okay. And it looks like he is going to throw a stone, which she will dodge because I think we're wearing mantles. I don't know, Elf Mantle might maybe where we are now. Pretty decent mantle. And so I'm looking at names here to see who's who, and I think Pierre is the front one there. So we are going to get Don't Act targeted on the other 2 Lancers. So if we get all 3 of them in Don't Act status, we're actually going to be in really solid shape. We're going to be doing just fine. Yeah, so that is Pierre. So Pierre is going to have to move. He's going to get out of here. He's going to pretty much run away. But that's why we'd have a golden opportunity to come up and attack him here. That's the thing, is do I come up and attack him, or do I try to incapacitate the other 2? I decided to go for a little bit more conservative strategy and get paralyzed on the other 2 rather than just having every single character attack Pierre. But look at that, right to the face, 72 right in the front. And now Ramza can move in. We're doing the thing where you attack from 2 tiles and then you attack from 1 tile. And so just like that, he's taken 2 really big hits, and now he's got to retreat because he is low on HP, and he is in Don't Act status. Awesome. So that Time Mage over there is going to try to haste himself and make his way up towards our part of the battle. Unfortunately, I can't quite get her into the attacking range. Oh well. We can get her into spell range, though, no problem. And I'm looking to see who I have better compatibility with, and also who has more HP. And it's that one with the heavier armor, the better armor, it looks like. And sadly, I can't quite get to the tile to be able to attack those guys, and they're not paralyzed yet. So I still would be able to dodge, and I think that tile is being attacked by the paralyzed spell. So the tile right in front of that archer there, that lancer there, is being attacked by the paralyzed. So she's also moving up to cast her spell. Looks like she's also doing a life drain. So I've gonna have 2 life drains here after the paralyze, and things are going pretty well. They're going pretty much as I planned. I'm staying up here, letting the enemies come up to me. They're coming up a few enemies at a time, and so the one that had better faith, probably a higher faith value, went ahead and ate the Don't Act, but sadly we missed our first life drain on him. Let's see if we land the second one. Life drain is taking less than our stick attacks, so it's just nice to have a ranged attack that's longer than our sticks. But I think at this point in the game, if we have a choice of using the stick, I think we probably should use the stick. So here comes the chemist going full Oracle on us here and gonna cast Silence on our characters. And he can hit a couple characters with Silence. So here's Silence Song. And let's see who we're landing it on. So that's guarded with the mantle. And that one's guarded with the mantle. And Ramza is the one who is hit with Silence. But now look at this. We're gonna soak up a lot of MP. There's 16, 16, and Ramza gets it too. So tons and tons of MP regained right there. Shell, interesting for the Lancer right there. Now, we're not really doing much straight damage spells, but off the top of my head, I can't remember if Shell reduces your accuracy on landing 2 hits for these. I think that it does. In other Final Fantasy games, it does. So off the top of my head, I do not remember. I apologize about that. But we got a Lancer there, and we don't really have a good line of attack for him because he's kind of right up on us here. Let's see what we come up with. I can't quite get around that bookshelf, so I'm looking at what the chances to land are. And I think, yeah, it looks like the better choice is to go over here to the chemist. And she doesn't quite need the MP just yet, so she is going to just wait to try to get a turn faster. Obviously, she could have moved a tile and gained some MP. But if you don't strictly have to, you get a speed advantage by just waiting. If you take an action and wait, you'll get a better, a faster turn coming up next. Okay, so it looks like that Lancer is going to be pretty susceptible to her spell there. And he is going to go for the... Oh, he's going to look at... He's not going to go for it. I can't remember. It's been a couple days ago that I recorded this. All right, and there is Don't Move. That's a good one for the Time Mage to pull out. Don't move right there. And another thrown stone. So we've got a couple of throw stones being attempted on my characters, but neither of them landed yet. I'm looking to see who has the heal staff. That's what I'm just checking for. What's one of the problems is when you have one character with a special piece of equipment, they all look the same, and I can't remember who's got which names or which name has it. I think it might be Dorothy who has it, but I can't remember now. But they all look the same on the battlefield. So that's Amy. She does land the lower chance, a 66% chance to hit. Bam, she does land that one. So she's in don't move status, so she can't really do much. She can cast a spell or attack with the stick. So she can do those things, but she is in don't move status, so there's not much she can do there. So she's looking to see what Life Drain will do. She's going to do Life Drain on the Chemist. And here comes Paralyze on the Chemist. So Ramza had no choice but to just attack before. Nothing he could do there. And now that Lancer is in Don't Act. So now we've got a couple more incapacitated characters. Now we just got to try to get a couple more characters on the floor up here on this upper shelf. They've been kind of getting hit with Paralyze, and then they've kind of been escaping and getting out of the way, as evidenced by that Lancer right there, who's just running away. And now here come the Time Mages. They're going to be starting to throw more of those don't moves around on us, which is pretty hilarious. Again, not something you see very much. But these Time Mages go for it. And she has gotten a lot of MP off of those guys, too. That's great. I love that she's soaking up the MP. Actually really makes a big difference. It really, really does. So here comes Don't Move being charged on a whole bunch of us, including one of their own characters. So miss there. There's Don't Move. And Don't Move. So now Ramza can only just swing his stick, and he can't even move. So he can swing his stick, and only if the enemy comes to him. So finally, this Oracle over here, this character can get over into 2 tiles from that Chemist, and we can take a swing at that guy. Now, he can't dodge because he's in Don't Act status, so we can actually whack him here. And even, I think, if he moves again, we can stay with him. He can move 3 tiles, we can move 3 tiles and stay 2 tiles away from him. So I believe we're going to be able to successfully chase him down next round somehow. And Ramza can still attack. And he does land this one. He does land that one. Easy peasy. But, of course, Ramza is in silent status and in don't move. So he can't use his spells and he can't move from that spot. So someone's going to have to be within 2 tiles of him for Ramza to do anything useful. And currently nobody is. That Lancer's moved out of the way. And because it was in don't act status, that's why it was easier to land this one. And she is going to go for the attack on the Time Mage. Pretty good. And she's in don't move, so there's nothing she can do. She can't move at all. So looking at how much damage could I do? She's in don't move status as well, so if you're wondering why I don't just move up and finish that Time Mage off, I definitely could if I could move, but I can't move. And there is the Lancer with item, healing that Chemist up. The Chemist can't heal itself. And interesting, the Chemist is going that way. I thought maybe the Chemist would try to go back down the stairs like the Lancers did. Looks like the Chemist is going to be happy to just try to, escape to the corner. We'll see if he makes it. Let's see how that Chemist does escaping to the corner. So here comes Drain Life on the Lancer down there on the steps. Lancer is weak. She picks up some HP. Again, can't move, so nothing else she can do. And this is slow. And there she is. She is in slow status. So we are quite debilitated by those Time Mages, I have to say. We've eaten a lot of nasty stuff from them. Okay, so thankfully that slow was not so good. And we do get the MP. Even if it misses you, you get the MP. So both of us will recover a little bit of MP there. Not that Ramza can use it because he is in silence, but, that's its own thing. So she's going to pop over. She'll be within 2 tiles of the Chemist. And she can put the finishing touches on him. Even with that potion, it was not enough for the Chemist to survive a 90 damage stick swing. So the Chemist is down, so even if he comes out of Don't Act or came out of Don't Act, we've got no more Oracle nonsense coming out of that Chemist for us, thankfully. And there's Ramza. This is me forgetting he was in. I was like looking at his MP, like, what? And that's right. He is silent, so there's nothing he can do. There's nobody he can reach. No enemies, nothing. So he's just going to wait. He's going to have one of those statuses expire before anything meaningful can happen for Ramza. That's okay. There's a drain life. All right, so now that Lancer don't act is off, and the throw stone, they are 0 for 3 on the throw stones. That's strike 3. Throw stone is out. Or I guess that's ball 3, you'd call it, since they're missing ball 3. That is so funny that the Lancer trying that. I'm wondering if we're outside of whatever jump radius they have learned. It's weird that they're not using jump. Jump is a great way for them to stay out of harm's way. They boost their damage. Jump would be a great choice right here. And I just don't know if like we are too high for them. There's too much vertical difference. Then they're not wanting to move up and then jump on us. I don't know. Whatever that plan is, it's I certainly don't know what it is. And unfortunately, Ramza can't swing at that that time mage, but he's out of don't moves now, so he can. There we go. His don't move expired, so he can move up and swing at that time mage. There we go. And now we can put the finishing touches right over here. One of those Lancers is defending down there. That's not a problem. 108 damage with that stick. Very good. And now we're going on the offensive. I guess we're full on. The chemist is gone, so there's no more healing right there. We are all pretty close to full health. We've done a good number of drain lives on these guys. We've picked up a lot of HP from them. It looked like that one was 100% to land. That's interesting. That's cool. That was a 100%er. And so that Lancer is going to keep trying to go down to the bottom. But that's okay. We can actually get down there because of the vertical. The vertical distance doesn't really matter for our casting so much. So we can get over to those sides and we can reach those bottom corners with our life drain spells. Okay, but she can reach. She's going to go after, yep, that guy. That's the one with that higher faith, I guess, the 70%er to hit. So this is me moving over to try to chase this guy down. And even if he goes down to the rest of the corner down there at the very bottom, we can still get to him from up here within 4 tiles. Oh, rats. We missed that one. That was a high chance to land, too. I think it was 70%. Oh, well, he's going to throw a potion at himself. Makes sense. That's what I'd do, probably. Then I'd move and get out of there. And that's what he's doing, too. And here comes life drain on that other one. He's going to stand up. That's how you know. If he just stands up and doesn't play the hurt animation, that's how you know. You did not land it. Oh, well. Okay, here comes Ramza. Let's go. Still silenced, buddy. Still silenced. Nothing he can do. And now here's that Lancer trying to get down, and there he is in the corner. And here's me just counting tiles, looking to see where I can go. And I'm going to have her go ahead and lead going down there in case we do have to get our sticks out for this one if we can't get enough life drains to land, or for some reason we run out of MP or something chasing them all over the level. But she's got compatibility with him enough that it's just 100%, so I think as long as that Oracle stays with him, we're okay here. So this is how we took down a fight where we were outnumbered. Not quite outpositioned, I would say, but definitely outnumbered, and we had a lot more tanky characters to deal with. And this is just one way that you can use the versatility. We used our sticks, we used our debuff spells, and then now we're here on the offensive going, full-on hunter mode, chasing these guys around the level. Now we also, we can't really deal a lot of lethal damage really quickly. So you see us kind of poking away from a distance here. We don't have many good finisher moves, I would say. So here we're looking to see, can I get 4 tiles away from that corner? Indeed I can. So that right there is 4 tiles away from that lower corner. And here comes life drain, 70% to end the battle right there. Let's see if we can get both of these to land and call it a day. That one's going to miss, because you could tell because of the way he stood up. And he is going to go over here and take a stab. Nice. Way to go. He's going to take a swing at us. So there we go. And decent damage, obviously, too. That's pretty good. Now, that one missed as well. So 2 70%ers, and both of them missed. Hey, that's just how it goes sometimes. That's just how it goes sometimes. So now Ramza's wondering what he can do because he can't get into stick attack range. He's too high up there. He wants to be moving down, but you don't want to be outside of your attack range to, be moving down. So he just goes over to the crystal and grabs it in case something weird happens. Not that he needed anything, just to prevent them from picking it up. He didn't want the other Lancers to pick up a crystal. And now this Lancer is coming up. These guys are kind of getting into their, desperation mode. We're looking at what's Life Drain going to do. All right, she's going to cast. She's also got another 100% on that one. And let's see if she can just get the attack in here. Bam. There's that attack, and let's get the Life Drain for the win. And we're going to call that an underground book storage second floor. So if you like these videos, feel free to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, make a comment. We will see you go on over here to the third floor and beyond.